welcome back to another video. I am your host Sam, and this is the Connect, the Africa Football, the Connect, the Football Connect. So I'm talking about Alex Sanchez story, what he released to the public today. It says something interesting. If you are watching the news or anything by any chance, it said that Alex Sanchez wanted to leave Manchester after their very first training session. Do you remember the time when Alex Sanchez, when he was playing the Glory Man United with the piano, when he was being introduced to Manchester United after the man they had paid to Arsenal at the same time, after all that they had went through to get the player? Why would a player say that he thought of leaving the club exactly after he joined the club? It doesn't make sense. After one session, how could you leave a club that is making you receive as much money as you're getting? How much was he getting? Around, is it 3.5? Is it 350k a week? That was a lot, and there were no bonuses in that. Plus bonuses, I think it goes around 500 or something k a week. And you say that after one training session with the club, he wanted to leave. Why? And the era he was signed was the Jose Mourinho era. It wasn't even the social era. So I don't understand why a player would come and give all the things that I was saying. Is he trying to shame Manchester United or say something to hurt the club? I don't really get it. But before we go anywhere, guys, I would like you to click the subscribe button, click the like button, and don't forget to share this video with every other person who could watch this thing, who would be interested in watching this. So we are going to be covering the latest transfer news. There are other news that came out. I had to go out in the last video because there were some things that I had to sort out, but the other news that came out in different sources that is happening in the transfer news, which is that. So the biggest one is the Sanchez one. Also, Messi's father just came out of the public giving a feedback according to the contract between Messi. So according to the father today, after the second session with Barcelona, it seems like Messi is still leaving Barcelona no matter what. So it's really confusing now. We don't really know how things are going to play out, but we'll keep a closer look on the situation and tell you each and everything as it develops. Remember, we are the Football Connect. We always get the information as it comes. Every rumor, we'll let you know before it goes far. So today there's a game between Netherlands versus Poland. I want to talk about that one before I start my transfer news. So that's the game that I'll be covering on the watch along. So if you are interested in watching the game, please do join us. I won't be doing like what I did yesterday, because yesterday it was a confusion of different channels. I didn't know what I was watching because there was no actually better game to watch. The one that I wanted to watch, which was Germany versus Spain, it wasn't coming out live, so I had to go with the other one. DSTV didn't give me what I was looking for, so I just told you the source that I use. It's called DSTV, guys. You can check it out. It has an app as well when you get the decoder, so it's just amazing. That's the one that I use every time whenever I'm watching videos. It never stops, it never even does anything, it never loads, it just keeps continuing the game. So you can check it out if you're interested, and I'm not being sponsored by it. I'm just saying it just to let you know how much I appreciate the application. So let's continue. Sanchez. So this was what he said. Let me go to the story. I want you to read the story so that we follow each other as we go with the story. So Sanchez wanted to leave Manchester United after first training session. I remember the first training session I realized a lot of things after the session. I got home and told my family and my agent, can you not rip up the contract to go back? Can you just rip up the contract so that I go back to Arsenal? Alex Sanchez on his first training at Manchester United. So okay, we understand whatever he's saying. Maybe saying that to make fun of people or something like that. I don't really understand the part. Maybe there's something that he's doing to just get back to United. Maybe there's something that United did that he's angry at the same time. Because as much as Manchester United are working so hard to sign new transfers, to sign each and everyone who's joining in, this can be in a way hurtful to let people know of such things, especially when they are targeting players like Thiago, who's also they are targeting, where they are being rumored with Thiago, who's not actually yet settled with the club he wants to go, this can be something that can be a drawback for him to join United. So it's really crazy the information we are hearing, but he's saying it that he thought of leaving. He was telling his family that, can we just destroy the contract so that I go to another club? I don't really understand, but he got some people. There are some people who actually responded to his thing, because one thing that I believe in this type of situation, there are two sides of the story. I'm not usually one person who likes to take one side of the story and go with it. Here we just said the Alex Sanchez story. There's a reason why he was feeling like that. There's a reason why he was feeling like that, and we haven't been revealed. So what led to this situation? Why would he say something like that to a club like Manchester United, a bigger club who he was expecting the best? I believe he actually pushed in a way to join United, if I remember very well, because I don't think Arsenal were ready to let him go. So why would you say that after only a single session, after you had got all the parade? That's why you performed badly, because you didn't want to perform to your best, because you didn't want to be at the club. Why would you sign to a club you are not interested in going as a player? Is it because of the money? Why would you value money over your football career, over the enjoyment? Do you know that's something that we do? Whenever you do something that you're not enjoying, it becomes a work. So whenever something becomes a work, it's actually hard for you to do. But if you do something out of the excitement, out of enjoyment, you actually enjoy the thing. You don't really suffocate. Now look at the situation of what Sanchez is saying now at the moment, complaining that he wanted to leave Manchester United after just joining the club. It's really crazy. So maybe there's more to the story than we know, and there's two sides of the story. Maybe in due time, some different Manchester United players, board members and everyone can come out and say their own side of the story, because we just said Alex Sanchez, who just slammed his former team, and it's never good for a player to slam his former team. Even if you didn't go in good books, try to actually keep the relationship with the club. That's what I usually advise a lot of people, even a lot of players, whenever you're doing these things. So let me see what one legend of Arsenal said about this thing that Sanchez said. So Lionel Messi's father continues talks to the Barcelona. So listen to this. Arsenal icon Rai Palo has led into Alex Sanchez for waiting to quit Manchester United and return to the Gunners after one single training session. The run for Pili could not believe that what he was hearing from Sanchez, sharing a video on Instagram revealing how he knew his January 2018 transfer to Old Trafford was a mistake almost immediately. Let's hear what he said. I can't believe you want to leave a club after one training session, rant Ray on Friday Stock Sports Breakfast. How does this work? How does that work? You got to give yourself a chance. It's a new surrounding, and it's a different way of training than at Arsenal, and it should come down to wages. But he was on 560 a week, and you wanted to leave straight away. You got to work harder. You have to work hard. Manchester is initially wanted Sanchez along with United, but Manchester City initially wanted Sanchez along with United, but they had to pull out of the race due to the financial aspects of the signing, including the forward wages demand. He quizzed on Sanchez would have feared better joining City rather than United. Ray interject, why is he so greedy then? If he really wanted to join the City, why didn't he cut the wages down on Salah and say he will sign 250 a week? Surely he would have come. Surely he can live on 250 a week. He got 560 a week, and he went to Manchester United. That's scary. How can you say as a player when you turn up to the club you want to leave the next day? That's not right. That mentality should not be in a footballer. I respect you what you're saying, man. It really makes sense. It really makes sense. How could he say that after joining the club he wants to leave? That mentality never works for any footballer. How could he say such weird words? I don't understand that a player can come out and say that. And why is he trying to attack Manchester United after such a long time? They did terminate his contract. They gave him the chance he wanted to go join AC Milan. Inter Milan, I'm saying AC Milan. So why would you say that? I don't really understand it. A footballer's mentality should not go with whatever he was saying. That's not a footballer's mentality. It's really crazy to actually understand what he was saying. So guys, don't forget to click subscribe. Don't forget to like this video because it helps us a lot. So I don't understand, guys. Tell me, maybe you have an idea. What was Sanchez thinking out of all this? Why would he say such a hurtful thing to the club that gave him the chance to play for their team, and they were playing 560k a week? That's a lot of money for a player who's supposed to produce the results for you, and he doesn't, and he wants to leave the next day. It doesn't really make sense. It actually I don't really understand. I don't even know what to say to the player anymore. That is just bad footballing for a player. How could you be saying such thing to a club like Manchester United? I don't believe they did anything to hurt Sanchez or anything to hurt whatever he was trying to achieve as a footballer. They did give him exactly all the mentality, the chance for him to develop, to be a better player. I know it was under Mourinho, and Mourinho doesn't like to take crap, but which manager does? Even the good managers do the same. They want players to be serious. That's why you play the game. So maybe the mentality that he developed, that he wasn't interested in playing with Manchester after one single session of training, it's what led him to lose all that he had at Manchester United. This is what led him to become the player he was at United. So I don't really understand what he was saying. It doesn't make sense. You left Arsenal for a reason. You wanted to go to Manchester United because they were the only club that was thinking of actually meeting what you were demanding as a player, which was a lot of money. Manchester, they said they'll give you. Manchester United, Manchester City, that said your wage demand were too high and they let you go. But United, they said they'll offer you that, and you say that you feel like you wanted to leave after one single session of training. What is that? For a footballer, I feel like he should be downgraded. I want to hear Manchester United fans what you think of this situation. I'm not a Manchester United fan at all. You know that I'm a Liverpool fan, but I don't take this nonsense from a player coming out publicly 2 years later after he left the club and says such thing. Is he trying to hurt other players who are trying to join Manchester United, who are trying to come to the club? Is he trying to hurt? I don't really understand what sometimes footballers think when they give this information. And who exactly is advising him to actually do this nonsense? Who's advising him to come and release this crap out of in the media? If you have something in your mind, keep it there with your family. We don't want to know, because right now it's going to tarnish your name. You're going to lose interest from all the football. Do you know how many supporters, even in Italy, who support United? You actually find yourself being a person who will be abused or maybe criticized a lot on social media, and you say that the world hates you. They don't hate you, but sometimes the things that you are saying, they're just not showing any mentality of a footballer. They doesn't even prove that there's any mentality of a footballer there. So that's the situation you are hearing, guys. This is really nonsense. I don't support United, but I don't understand that somebody can say such crap words to a club like United. United, the rivalry is okay. Okay, if I were a Liverpool fan who was saying this thing, I've never played for the club, it's okay. And I don't believe that you would say that after one single session of training. What about if that single session they were on a low, preparing to actually build up to go next? Why would you say that? Sanchez, why would you say that? Like, literally, why would you say that? It doesn't make sense. But, okay, let's continue. This is actually waste our time. Let's move on to other news that we have. Atletico Madrid have reached an agreement on personal terms with Matheus Oliveira, but they're yet to see a deal with Getafe. The 22-year-old has a 20 million euro release clause, but Getafe are willing to settle for 10. Okay, that's good news for Atletico Madrid. I want to see what Simeone is going to use this player in terms of his defensive type of football. I have to say something. Simeone is one manager who plays negative football. I've watched most of his games. Is one manager playing negative football. I know you know these things. I know you can actually agree with me with what I'm saying. He's one manager who plays negative football, who makes the love of football actually for any football fan goes down. I remember that you can even watch the Champions League. You see how negative they were when we were trying to play the game, especially in the first league at Atletico. But we'll see. Kai has left Germany national team camp and is on his way to London to complete a medical at Chelsea Football Club. That was 3 hours ago, and I think there's new news. So Thiago Alcantara has declared that Bayern Munich is his home and is happy to be still. He is happy to still be contacted with the UEFA Champions League winners. Goal reports. What are people saying? Are people saying that he has decided to stay, he has changed his mind, he wants to stay, he doesn't want to leave? I don't really think so. I think this is just him so that he reduce the pressure that now the club and United may be putting on him. He doesn't want to play for United at all. He wants to come to Liverpool. Hey, I'm telling you like right now, if Liverpool they come right now and they say they're after the player, he will 100% delightfully move and sign for the club. You just have to wait and see. Right now he's just saying this to just take the thing down so that he tells the club to actually take time. But I'm sure he won't sign a new contract with the Bayern Munich, and he really wants to move to Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. We'll wait and see what happens on this one. I don't really think so. This is just a player who's maybe under the camera of media. If he says that he wants to leave Bayern Munich, it will be like he has bad blood with the club. But he doesn't have bad blood. He has been there for about 6 or 7 years, and it has been good for him. And I don't think there's anything reason for him to live there, unless he wants to join Jurgen Klopp. Like we did say, he wants to play under Jurgen Klopp. That's the only reason he was leaving the club. So that's what I think. I don't see anything for people to be worried or to be saying a lot of things about that statement over there. Chelsea's making moves 2021. This is the potential lineup. Caballeros, Thiago Silva, Zuma, Chilwell, Azpilicueta, Kovic, Hernandez, Kante, Ziyech, Werner, and Pulisic. Where are the rooms for other players? They're going to be warming the bench. Like I always tell people, these guys are going to be warming the bench. With the way things are changing right now, they're going to be warming the bench. They have to take that into consideration. Mason Greenwood have handed the number 11 shirt. Okay. Mason Greenwood has handed the number 11 shirt at Manchester United. He has been handed the number 11 shirt at Manchester United, while Brendan Williams take the 33 shirt. So I want to know the symbol like of the number 11 shirt at United. What does it represent? Because I know nothing as much about it, and if you are a United fan and you have an idea, can you let me know what it means whenever you are putting on the number 11 shirt as a United player? I want to find out that. That's just out of my curiosity. We'll wait and see what happens next. But out of my curiosity, I want to know more about this number 11 shirt. Who did wait? I've never been a fan who keeps up with Manchester United in terms of whatever they do, their transfers and whatever they'll be doing. But I'm just curious to find out more about this jersey that they're talking about, that they've given to this one. And the 33 jersey, I don't think the number 33, I think they're just giving Brendan Williams for his chance now that he's going to be playing it in the Manchester United first team. Then not exactly every time, but then he's been so good when this guy went out on injury. What's his name? Luke Shaw. He's been so good, so we wait to see what happens from this. And there were rumors concerning Manchester United. There were rumors that one of your great players in Jesse Lingard could be leaving to join. Which club is he going to join? They're saying that Jesse Lingard could be leaving to join West Ham. Yeah, he could be leaving to go join West Ham. These are just rumors, guys. I just see that on Instagram, so I'm not really sure how true it is. You can let me know in the comments to tell me if it is true. Do you think that Lingard will go to West Ham? That's what I'm asking. I really don't know a lot about the situation, but I'm just giving you the story that I've heard, guys. Let me hear what happens with the transfers as we move on. Is there anything that we need to look at in this? Breaking news, La Liga have now announced that the 700 million euro buyout clause in Lionel Messi's contract is still valid. Your move, Manchester City. Okay, that's the news. It's really crazy what is happening now. La Liga have just announced this 27 minutes ago. They're saying that the clause of 700 million euro buyout clause for Lionel Messi is in his contract is still valid. So which means Manchester City has to pay 700. In pounds it has to be around the 600 and the, is it 27 million euro? 627 million pounds to get the player. So this is how it is looking like. So I don't think Messi will be moving to United as to City as of yet. I don't think that will be happening. We have to wait and see what happens. I heard that City actually thinking that 700 million euro could be the man that they will give Messi if he signs for 5 years with them, 3 years within the club of Manchester City, then 2 years at New York what? It's called New York something that is in the MLS football. So we'll wait and see what happens. Let's move on to other news. The Sanchez news. Okay, we talked about Kai who has left. So Aston Villa has had offer of around 20 million pounds for Bournemouth striker Callum Wilson rejected. TalkSport understands. Villa are willing to pay 50 million pounds up front plus 25 million pounds in add-ons for the England international forward. Newcastle are also attempting to sign Wilson, having offered a player plus cash deal including Matt Ritchie to the Cherries earlier this week. Furthermore, the Gasp appears to sign Wilson's former Bournemouth teammate Ryan Fraser on a free transfer over the coming days. So that's what is happening here. Kai is moving. So what are the other news? 2 hours ago, there's something that was released by the Premier League. So guys, when the Premier League continues, I'll be doing less of this transfer and more of the news that will be happening and that will be rising in the Premier League. Premier League winners Liverpool have 4 nominated for the Player of the Year award, with Trent Alexander-Arnold included on the short list in the young category. The red fullback appears alongside Anfield teammates Virgil van Dijk, last year's receipt Jordan Anderson, Sadio Mane in the 6-strong list of nominees for the main prize. They accomplished the short list by Manchester City's duo Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling. Trent Alexander-Arnold is joined on the young player list with other. What are we talking about here? Chelsea player dominated. Okay. I can't be reading this, just not what I'm interested in at the moment. Lionel Messi's father has written to La Liga insisting that the player contractually allowed to leave by Barcelona for free in the current transfer window. That was an hour ago. So I think the message we were reading from La Liga, it was the response to Lionel Messi that the 700 million is still active and it's gonna be taken as active as any other. So we'll wait and see what happens on that. So La Liga have backfired on Lionel Messi and his father and Joe's release statement on their own announcement of 200 and this is what I was saying, 623 million pounds release clauses remain valid. This despite Joe Messi writing to La Liga earlier in the day to insist his son can leave Barcelona for free in the current transfer window due to the clause believed to exist in his contract, which allows him to terminate his deal. Last Sunday, La Liga understood that Barcelona is ongoing saga and the league remained adamant with the Catalan giants in the right. Okay, whatever that is happening. So that's the news that has just been said, guys. That's what they're just repeating upon here. 500. Alexis Sanchez, he needs to be beaten. He needs to get a whip. Can't be saying that to a club that is actually paying your wages. That we're paying your wages while you're in Inter Milan. Can you even believe that? The nerve. The nerve. I don't care about United, but I care about the Premier League. And when you attack the Premier League clubs, it just hurts me as a football fan. Liverpool are keen to sign Diego Carlos. I did talk about this a few minutes ago. I don't see this one happening as well, because the money that is being demanded there is just a lot. Torreira yet to attract bids. Arsenal are open to move Lucas Torreira only, but Express Sports claims that the midfielder is yet to attach a bid. The Uruguayan international has slipped down in the pack in order of the Emirates Stadium and is being linked with a number of clubs in the Serie A. That's the only way you can go. So Liverpool aims to offload up to 10 fringe players. Okay. Liverpool are aiming to offload a number of fringe players over the summer as Jurgen Klopp look to trim his squad ahead of 2020-2021 campaign. This includes Nat Phillips, Shea Ojo, who are attracting interest from championship clubs, Nottingham Forest, as they look to strengthen their squad, having narrowly missed out on the playoff spot last season, I think. Okay, 10 players are being fired by Liverpool. Don't know what to say. Southampton wish this was living to her. Tottenham to be offered bad wages. Tottenham are said to be offered Federico as part of Juventus' effort to lend Tangandombele claim Catalinho Mento. The Baconeries are reluctant to meet Spurs' asking price for the French midfielder, but hoping a part exchange agreement can be put in place. We'll wait to see. Coolio. Okay, who that, guys? Van der Beek arrived doesn't mean Pogba will go. Okay. United just making sure that you know that this one's not going on. Juventus left Germany team to complete a 72 million move to Chelsea. Barcelona close to agreeing on Memphis and Ronaldo. The Catalan giants must sell players to create space for the Dutch duo. Jorginho Ronaldo and Memphis Depay are close to reaching agreements to join Barcelona, according to Dutch newspapers. The Dutch duo agents have had expensive talks with the Camp Nou outfit and they are ready to make a move, but the Catalan side will still have to sell players. To create more space for them. Okay, that's the news we are getting. Yeah, the Aston Villa rejection we had. Barca confidence on luring Ronaldo before June deadline. Barcelona are confident that Jorginho Ronaldo can be lured away from Liverpool prior to next season transfer deadline in 5 October. Goals land. The Reds are understandably reluctant to lose the 29-year-old as a free agent and could find themselves being begged in the corner. No offers has been put to Liverpool as yet. but that is because Barcelona need more players, need to move out players before the bringing others in. Leeds target Fraser and okay, a lot of clubs are right. Inter set to sign Manchester United ex-defenders Matteo Demi. So you know one thing I've seen with these Italian clubs, they are into signing players who are already with their clubs, who are already doing terms. I don't really understand what is the purpose of this and what are they thinking of getting out of this. I don't really understand. If is there anyone from Italy who can explain, you actually want to keep your league down on the low. Why can't you sign interesting youngster players who are actually moving football like the Premier League is doing? Yet, by any other chance, you can never be the Premier League yet anyway. Manchester City won't hold Koulibaly talks because of Jorginho grudge. Okay. Napoli president Attilio Di Lute claims that Manchester City are making discussion regarding a deal for Kalidou Koulibaly difficult due to a Jorginho grudge they have held since 2018. The Premier League said they have long been linked with the move for the Senegalese international centre-back and were expecting to splash out to bring him to England this summer. But Napoli president said that there still is bitterness over their failed attempt to land midfielder Jorginho, who ended up joining Chelsea and instead refused to talk to Serie A giants. So, in other words, Manchester City pride is what is limiting them from signing one of the best centre-back out there in the world. That's what is stopping them from signing him. Their pride. They just don't want to sign the player because of the pride that they hold. So it's really crazy to see how this situation is going to play out. We will have to keep a closer look and we watch what happens in this situation. But that's why we are hearing that the pride of City is what is not allowing them to sign Koulibaly, and they have been the club that have been linked with them. But as a fan who actually learned that they won't be getting Messi anytime soon, I'm okay. I like it. But I wanted Messi to move to a different club, but that's no longer happening, so let's move on. I like it. Don't sign Koulibaly. We'll see what you do next season. And we'll see who you'll be going after this next season. It's going to be interesting to see what happens now. So it seems like this player will be going to Arsenal if things go well. We'll keep you informed with whatever that changes in this transfer window, guys, but as things are looking like it's still far away from the end, or reaching an end. Okay, let me see if Messi's father refutes the claim. Okay, the release clause Clement. Lionel Messi's father, Jorginho Messi, has hit back at La Liga's claim that the allegation that 700 million pounds, 700 million euro contract claim must be paid for the player to quit Barcelona in 2020. The Argentine is 33-year-old. He has been logged in disputes with the Catalan club over whether he has permission to leave Camp Nou and on a free transfer following the clause that following the conclusion of the 2019-2020 season. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that situation. Okay, so there's another one. PSG make Camavinga their top target. Paris Saint-Germain hope to set up Real Madrid in their transfer to upset Real Madrid in their transfer market by snipping Eduardo Camavinga from Rennes reports. Madrid are said to be eager to lend the 17-year-old midfielder, but not expected to move him until next summer. The PSG owner Cure Investment Authority, or Cali and whatever, has become infatuated with him, and however have not demanded their snapping him ahead of the Spanish giants. Who's this player? I have to find out more about him because it seems like he's the player that everyone are looking at. Ex Ajax star Van Red consider League One move. Ricardo Van Verde could move to Atmosphere this summer and could, according to Vato, the ex-Ajax right back spent last season at Ervedia side Havana, who wanted to extend his deal, but he wants to make a bigger move. The League One outfit are one of the several teams to show interest, but they will have to offload someone to make room for him. So, as much as I've gone through all these things, guys, this I think are the transfers we had today in the afternoon, the second video that I did after offloading the Messi situation. So what do you think is going to happen in the Lionel Messi? We were told that he has made a U-turn. Now they're saying that the father Silva is saying something is happening. And now with the Thiago Alcantara situation, what is going to happen? Who's going to get him? Or is he going to remain at Bayern Munich? New story says so. So we have to watch and wait and see what is happening here. But guys, at the same time, don't forget to do us a favor. Don't just leave us stranded as we are trying to connect with you guys. This is the Football Connect, and we hope that you click subscribe and you like this video and you subscribe to this channel for more videos, because we'll be doing more videos like this entire season that is coming out. It's gonna be an interesting season, and we'll keep you updated with everything that changed. But this has been Sam, your host for the Football Connect, and I am signing out, and I hope to see you on another video. So from me, the people this side and there, and to you guys, this sign out. Peace out. See you on another video.